Hello and welcome to Budget with Brian, and today we're going to play a quick game of Spot the Difference. Can you see what it is yet? So what we have here is the 5 litre LXT garden sprayer, which I reviewed before, and so impressed with it at its price point, which was about £100. I went and got the 12 volt one because I've got lots of 12 volt batteries, and I thought it might be just a touch lighter, which indeed it is. And I bought this one from eBay, and it had a couple of parts missing. So I went and bought the parts, and I'll link to where you can get parts for Makita devices below. But this one's got a problem, and we're either going to have to do a warranty repair or fix it ourselves. So what it's doing is when it's pumping, it's taking in a lot of air, I think, and it's not able to build up pressure and create an appropriate sort of spray, unlike the LXT one. But other than that, look how very, very similar they are. They are almost the same. The CXT one is actually physically a little bit smaller. It doesn't really need to be any smaller. I don't know why it is, but it is. They both have a 5 litre capacity, and literally just the battery compartment is a little bit smaller, and it's just a little bit not as tall. But otherwise, they are identical. So I've had a little bit of time now just to check the unit over, and if you're suffering from the same problem of it seemingly taking in a bit of air, this is one of the cases where you actually needed to have read the manual. So I'm a little bit embarrassed that I thought that this was in actual fact faulty. It wasn't, and I'm going to show you what I had to do to fix it. So what I didn't realise is this base part actually detaches, and then on the bottom what you have here is this little plug, and this wasn't screwed in the whole way, and so what was happening is it was letting in some air and was causing the this sort of splattering sort of effect. Now this bottom reservoir tank also has a nice filter there, and you can see that perhaps that's also another method of filling it up. So I can confirm now that if I just pop that back on, give it a twist, there we are, but now it works perfectly. So there we go. A simple device. I've been using this for some weed killer. So I've got I've got the 18 volt one, which I paid £110 for. This one I managed to pick up on eBay for about £50, but it was missing the lance part, which I had to buy separately from a spares team. We've now got a fully functional 12 volt version of the 18 volt one. I'm very pleased with it. It's got a neat way of hanging the device on there when you're carrying it. You can also carry it this way. It's got I get it in there. I'm having to do this one-handed because there you go. You can see you can store it like this as well. And the parts were pretty cheap. You can pick them up, install them, keep your Makita gear going. Anyway, look, this was just a quick video just to show the two next to each other. You can see that there's a physical height difference there, but essentially they function exactly the same, whether it's 12 volt or 18. Doesn't seem to have, doesn't spray any harder or do any, particularly work. Same 5 litre capacity. So really, it's just your choice whether you pick the 12 volt or the 18. I guess it's whether you've got the batteries or not. In terms of weight, I think, to be honest, once they're full with 5 litres of whatever you're spraying, you're really not going to care about how heavy the battery is. And you don't need a particularly big battery for either of them to empty 5 litres. It seems to get through those pretty quickly. My feeling is it's probably better to have the 12 volt one actually. It's a bit cheaper, The batteries are cheaper, and you know, but you know, everyone's got the 18 volt, so there we are. Thank you again for watching Budget with Brian. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and don't forget to subscribe.